Guys, how's it going? We are doing a new makeup releases. Are they going on my wish list today? It has been a hot minute since I filmed one. I think it's been about 3 weeks maybe. So today we are getting back to that. This series is inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. And I will link her down below as well as her community playlist that she has set up where different creators can add their take on the Will I Buy It series, so you can check other creators out as well. I'll also link all of the Instagram accounts where I find new releases. I did not film this look today. I used my... Okay, so this one is the Meat Lovers. I used the Veggie palette today on my eyes. I got it in the Glamlight VIP Black Friday box. And on my lips today, I've got an Ulta Patent Shine Liquid Lipstick in Granada. So I really like this kind of color with a green eye look. So that's what I've got on today. I've also got my jammies on. This is the kids' last day. I'm filming this Friday. It's kids' last day before Christmas break. And they had pajama day and they were making blankets in school today. So I went in to help out with that. So I wear my jammies as well and kept it on. So first I'm going to talk about these Fenty Beauty. She's got 8 eyeshadow palettes coming out. They are going to be $25 each or 2 for $45. That's interesting. Geez, I don't know that any of these really... I feel like I own all of this already. I don't really feel like I need anything. If any palette were to like pop out at me, it would be the pinkish mauvey one. But they all look kind of basic. They really kind of remind me of those Cover Shot palettes. These may be better quality than that. I've heard some people don't really like the Cover Shot palette formula. And I need to do like a little mini review on this. I got the ultraviolet one, and honestly, after looking at the look that I posted on Instagram with it, I'm like, that's really not very pigmented compared to other eyeshadows that I used. But none of those are on my wish list. And I haven't filmed one of these in a bit, but I also don't really feel like there's been a ton of new makeup releases that are really that interesting to talk about. Who is this? This is Morphe. Oh, Morphe and Manny MUA. This is kind of a really boring palette. The Glam Face palette. Eyeshadows and highlights. So it's got 2 highlights and 12 eyeshadows, and it really looks like every other neutral palette out there. Not on the wish list. It just is not looking that exciting to me. It's $20, so it's not a huge price point. Honestly, if I were going to spend $20, I would probably spend it on a Juvia's Place palette because those are some amazing quality and they've got really pretty color stories, but I will not be picking that up. Here's something else I've been wanting to talk about and just haven't. So we've got the new Star Wars Pat McGrath collab, and here's the thing. I think this is awesome. I think it looks, it's just like spot on packaging. It's gorgeous, but I will not spend that much on an eyeshadow palette. The large one is $125. The small ones are $65. And the lip balms are $40. But like, how fun are those lip balms? So who do we have here? Oh, it doesn't say. Well, we've got R2-D2, CP30, Stormtrooper, and the other one I think is just gold. I can't really tell. I mean, it's just beautiful. But what is that? That R2-D2 one is like a clear balm for $40. They're all balms for a $40 lip balm. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. I am not picking any of that up, but that packaging, if I were going to pick something up from Pat McGrath, it would be this, because this is just some beautiful, beautiful packaging. Then we've got, this is something that is always available from Makeup Maniac Cosmetics, but I just realized that they have got a subscription, non-subscription box. So they have kind of like it's kind of like the Glamlight VIP box. And it looks like they do 2 months at a time. So the January, February box is this one right here. So it's just got different things you can try from the box without spending too much money, I guess. So it's $50. This one's got the Lovesick palette in it. So the Lovesick palette had 9 shades in it. Did we talk about this one? I think we did talk about this palette. It's a pretty kind of more whimsy, romantical kind of color story. I don't need it in my collection, but let's see what else you get in there. It looks like maybe a lip, a gloss, and a couple other things you get in there. So that's a nice way to try different products. I really like when brands do either like this kind of box. I mean, I really like when you know what you're getting in it, like the Glamlight one and this one. But then I also like when a lot of times smaller indie brands will just do like a mystery discounted single eyeshadows so you can try them out. And I do like that as well. But I'm not going to pick that one up. So this is Hip Dot. And this is a collection with Kesha Rose Beauty. I have never heard of that, but I am enjoying looking at that palette. Kesha. She's got 35,000 followers. Looks like maybe she's an Instagrammer. I don't know anything about this person. Oh, a beauty collection. Okay, so Kashara Rose Beauty is a collection created by, oh my gosh, you guys, by Keisha. Keisha Rose. Where was I getting Kashara at? Keisha Rose Beauty is created by Keisha. Wow. That was something I should have looked up before the video. No worries. All right, so anyways, let's get back to the makeup part of talking about this. So she has got this palette, and I really do like that palette. I think it's got a lot of pretty and unique colors to it. I think you got ooh, it's a lot of matte too. You guys know I love a good matte palette. Actually, you know what's interesting is the swatches show a lot more shimmery shades than the palette actually looks. The palette looks like there's 2 shimmer shades, but then you see the swatches and there's like 5, 6 shimmer shades. Yeah, that kind of just like went down a couple notches in my book. It's still really pretty. Not picking it up. It is $36. But even if I were not on a low buy, I would not pick it up. All right, let's see what else. Like, there really has not been that much released, in my opinion. All right, we've got the Year of the Mouse. So this is the Chinese Year of the Mouse. I don't remember what last year was, but I remember everyone was doing the little compacts with the pig. Was it pig last year? I think it was. All right, so we've got Becca has got a highlighter with a little mouse embossed in it. So super cute. The only problem for me, well, I'm not picking this up either because I do not need another highlighter, but the problem for me with these beautifully embossed things is I don't ever want to use them. Like, I don't want to touch them. I just want to look at them, and it's like once you touch the highlighter, you've like lost the beauty of the embossing. So I just don't buy them for that reason because they would just sit around and do nothing. Then Clinique has also got a little mouse face cheek pop highlighter. I've never tried one of their highlighters. I've tried their cheek pops before and they are pretty good, but I haven't tried the highlighter. So, I mean, that's really cute too. Obviously, I'm not picking it up. I don't know if I've seen anything else out for the Year of the Mouse yet. Sydney Grace is going to be launching a new palette, Enduring Love palette, coming in January. It looks like it's a, you know, it really reminds me of like a Too Faced Metal Pan palette. Definitely not on my wish list. I'm trying to look at what is all in this. You've got a deeper color brown, then you've got some mid-tone colors, a pinky and a more brown shade. And then you've got like 3 neutral mattes, but warm tone and cool tone, so you could kind of do warm tone or cool tone looks with this palette, but it just is, it's way too monotone even for a neutral palette for me to want to buy that, so that's not on my wish list. It's going to be available January 13th, and I want to say there's not a price here, but I feel like Sydney Grace is kind of a more expensive brand. It's always been a brand that I've wanted to try. There just hasn't been the right product at the right time with the right sale for me to pick it up, so I haven't tried Sydney Grace yet. But now moving on to the ColourPop section of the video. Oh, this is kind of pretty. What is this? It's super fancy. Get ready to pop the bubbly. So it looks like a New Year's collection, and it's like, oh, it's just 2 products. It's two highlighter products. So it's a liquid highlighter and a pressed highlighter. The pressed highlighter is kind of reminding me of the Molten Gold highlighter from Maybelline. So if you have that one, you might not need that. I am not picking up either of those. But then we've also got this new collection out. Oh, this is another Becky G ColourPop collection. I don't know if that's supposed to say Ola Cola or Ola Chola. Is Chola cherries in... Let's look it up. So Chola in Mexico is a Mexican gangbanger. Feminine, arched. Okay, so it's kind of like a look. Tough as nails, still feminine with an arched eyebrow, dark brown lip liner, crunchy moussed or wet hair look. So it's like a 90s kind of look vibe, and that is what the palette is. It's a 90s vibe. So my guess is that that has to do with Becky G's culture, heritage. It is way too neutral for me, but that has to do with the look of the 90s. And definitely remember like the dark outlining of the lips and that kind of stuff. Yeah, none of that. And I'm pretty sure I did that. Definitely wasn't a gangbanger, but a roller gloss? What? Okay. Who remembers the roller glosses? Who did Wet n Wild make those? Definitely had a bunch of roller glosses. I feel like I need to get those for my daughters now. I think they might be coming back. I've seen them at like Justice. And then you've got some lipsticks. None of that's on my wish list. Definitely bringing back some like 90s vibes for me though. So that's another fun collab that Becky G has done with ColourPop. And that's all of the ColourPop today, I guess. I don't even know how to say this. Alija or Alija Storm Cosmetics. This is not a brand that I've tried before. This palette is really pretty. So it's the Timeless palette. And you have got some colorful mattes. Oh, a lot of mattes. I like it. So you've got almost 2 rows. Oh my gosh, and I love the names. This is where Timeless comes from. Queen, Shirley, Star, Hepburn, Crawford, Garland, Lucille, Dolly. So they're named after like the women of the past that have been timeless. Well, no, we've got Cash there. So Dean, Presley, and King. Kennedy, Jackie, Marilyn, 1960s. That I love it. I want it for that now. Sometimes nostalgia plays more on a part of whether I get something than the actual color story. No, I'm not picking it up, but it does look like it's got some beautiful mattes. You've got pretty much just neutral shimmers in it. I always like to have some colorful shimmers in my palettes as well, so I can create a colorful look and not just have a colorful crease with a neutral shimmer shade to it, but really pretty palette. Let's see if it's got how much it's going to cost. It does not say how much it's going to cost. Oh, it's got 3 pressed glitter. So it just went a little further down on the list. I don't mind a pressed glitter. And if it's done really well, I actually really like that pressed glitter. But I'm just not super fond of having pressed glitters in my palettes anymore. All right, Linda Hallberg has released her Enchanted Mysteries. And I guess this is number 3, I think. I think this is the 3rd year that she's done it. I mean, they're really pretty. I just would never use a little quad of shimmers enough to actually purchase one. I don't think. I think that would just get lost in my collection and I wouldn't end up using it. Kind of similar to all my single shadows that I love and adore, but I don't use because they just get lost in everything else. So I just wouldn't spend however much that costs because I know it's a more expensive palette. Oh, it's free shipping for $50 to the US now. Well, that's no good. That makes me want to buy something from Linda Hallberg. And I haven't made any December purchases yet. Can you believe that? Okay, so it's $59 for the Enchanted Mysteries palette. If I were going to get a palette from Linda Hallberg, I would get the Spectral palette that released last year because that's always kind of been on the wish list. I've just never purchased it, but now I could just get it for $59 and not buy anything else, and it would be free shipping. I'm probably not going to get it, but you know what's on my to-do list when Christmas break hits is like really go through everything. I'm sure you guys have been noticing that we're getting a little cluttered back here and I just need to go through and clean up a bit. Oh, there has really not been a lot released. I am in shock. I don't know, I don't feel like I slowed down last year when doing these things. And I feel like people would be releasing like their New Year's kinds of things, but maybe not. Fourth Ray Beauty has got an avocado collection out now. They release a ton as well. I mean, we're not surprised because it's really linked to ColourPop. I feel like Fourth Ray Beauty has been coming out with something kind of weekly as well. So this one is avocado face milk, and these nourishing mask. I actually do want to try one of their face milks sometime. That's what I'm waiting for in December, is for ColourPop to have a site-wide sale, because I have been making a list for a couple months now, things that I want to purchase from ColourPop, and they haven't had like a good sale for me to get the things that I want to get. Oh my gosh, you guys. Tarte finally showed what this is going to look like. Are you kidding me? Okay, this was 4 days ago. Just like my last new makeup releases, or the one before that, I talked about how they had showed that there was going to be this little honeycomb yellow theme palette. And I think we saw it in the summer or something, the sneak peek. Then we never saw anything again. I thought maybe it was one of those April Fool's joke kind of things again. And so now they've launched it. And by golly, I thought they were going to do something more yellow, but it's a pretty neutral Tarte palette. Come on, Tarte. We were hoping for something more from you this time. I am bummed. I mean, if you like neutrals, this does look like a pretty palette. It's got variation to the neutral. So you've got like a yellowy, a goldish brown shimmer, coppery shimmer. So it's not just brown shades, but it is definitely not the depth of color that I want from a palette. Not on the wish list. I think it's a really cute theme and collection, but I think they missed the boat on this again. Nobody's surprised, but not on my wish list. Oh, yes. I totally forgot about this. I almost bought this from Ulta and I didn't end up picking it up, but it is the new Zodiac Crystal Zodiac. So it's one of the huge Zodiac themes. I mean, way better than the Zodiac palettes we've seen this past year from them. The mini ones for each month. And I actually kind of like this one. I like that they're, like, it's a rainbow palette, but it's not a rainbow palette. You know what I mean? It's not like straight up rainbow. You've got some different variations to shades in there. And then you've got some really pretty shimmer shades to go with that. I'm not picking it up. To me, even though I love the quality of BH Cosmetics, the size and the bulkiness and the layout, there's just something childish for me to this. Yeah, so I would not be picking this up. Oh yes, there was another one from BH Cosmetics. So now we're moving into the BH Cosmetics section of the video. So this is the, oh, another collab. La Vie Dun Prince. Okay, his name's Jose. La Vie Dun Prince, I guess. So this palette, I mean, this is a really pretty palette, but it just, I feel like looking at this palette, it's very pretty, but it doesn't lend to creating a lot of different looks or variety of looks maybe. I don't know. There's something about it that maybe it's the fact that the two shimmers are just kind of neutral, bland, standard shimmer shades. Because you could like that. Because there is the like pinky neutral shade that you could combine with the yellow and orange, the pink and orange, the pink and purple, and do kind of a colorful look. But then you've just got those kind of bland neutral shades. I don't know. It's just a little uninspiring for me. And maybe it's because I already own it as well. So that's not going on the wish list. I think I've just got one more brand I want to talk about today, which I'm kind of sad because I need some more releases from my indie brands. All right, so we've got Rakuten Cosmetics. This has been a brand that I want to try. I think they create some really beautiful shadows and colors. So we've got some different colors that they're working on. And this is like some blues and a silver. Those specific ones are not on my wish list. And then they also have done these purpley ones. So I think Rakuten Cosmetics has typically done palettes. And now they're creating some single shadows perhaps. Oh no, it looks like they've done single shadows. They do those really fun like game theme kind of palettes, and they always have an interesting shape to them. And I just really love that because that's part of what makeup is for me, is the fun artistry of it. So I love when a brand takes that into their makeup as well. So I'm definitely going to have my eye on that brand, but I'm not going to be picking up those little things that we looked at right now. So that's going to be everything for today. I don't know. I felt like today was a little boring. Come on, let's get releasing here. It's like either every brand is releasing at the same time or no brand is releasing at the same time. I have got 3 purchases still for December, so I need something pretty to come my way. On Tuesday, I'm going to have a fun Christmassy look for you guys, and if you do not check in then I hope you have a really Merry Christmas and a fun week with your family, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!